Welcome, everybody. It's the Bear and Rooster show again, where we're reacting to new music. We're both musicians, so we love to react to studio tracks as well as videos. This is a new track, a new song picked by our producer, Nate, and we're about to react to
Shinedown, Dance Kid Dance.
Dance Kid Dance.
So
Never heard it.
The video that we have up is a lyric video, so if you guys are looking for how would you say, visual content,
stimulation,
you're just gonna have to look at the two of our ugly faces for now.
Yeah, it's not gonna be fun.
All right, ready?
Yeah, I'm ready, man. I'm stoked to hear this track.
That stuff is right up my alley.
Yeah, I was going to say, man, this is right now. You just want to have a drum kit in here jamming along to it.
Just the snare introduction. Pop, pop, pop,
yeah.
pop, 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 pop.
Yeah, that driving beat.
And the driving chorus.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun, man. I'm already into it. I can already tell you this is gym music 100%, dude.
Who's Jim?
In the gym.
Oh,
not Jim, GYM. But yeah, this is I'm already into it.
Oh,
I mean, yeah. Okay, that transition coming from that halftime drive into the ta 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 ta. I felt like that was just a really clunky transition.
Clunky.
A little clunky. Like it went that, I mean, there was so much soul and feeling in that, you know, that halftime. And then it kind of like the momentum felt like it was building. And then it kind of died because even though it's a driving beat with the drums, and I'm being ultra critical here, it sounds good still. But even though it's a driving beat with the drums, the sound gets a lot thinner. It's like bass and heavy guitar driven, you know, and then all of a sudden it's and like very thinned out instruments. And I get that it changes like dynamics and things like that, but man, like the feeling that I got in that halftime, I wanted that to
continue.
Yeah, I wanted something.
But that's the thing with dynamics. I mean, it's a roller coaster ride. So after that full on halftime, ba-boom, ba-boom, it has to thin out because you can hear it already. It's just a typical kind of producing end of things in that type of music where it's just gonna go super tinny. You bring the kick back in and then the palm muted downstroke guitar. I can guarantee that's what's coming next.
All right.
What's the bet?
I don't doubt you. I'm not betting you anything. I'm along with that ride.
Oh, there we go. Palm muted guitar.
See, that's the kind of transition I want. They knew what I wanted.
Here you go.
They knew what I wanted. I'll admit I was wrong. That first transition, because if they had done it just like they did it this time, the first time around, it would have left no place for it to go in the song.
We call that in the industry blowing your load.
Yeah, you don't want to blow your load too early.
In life or in music?
In life or in music. Yeah, definitely you don't want to peak too fast. But yeah, that transition right there kept the momentum going for me.
I have to be honest, man. Like I know some Shinedown songs, but I'm gonna, after we finish here, I'm gonna put them on, give them a good listen. I like that.
I know Shinedown. Well, I mean, I've heard Shinedown many times just from being at rock shows and whatever. But my wife is a massive gym. When she's in the gym, she loves Shinedown. It's great gym music, man. You want to talk about something that'll get you pumped up, get you ready to lift, get you ready to run, whatever. That's the thing. I know for you need something to get you ready to roller skate, right?
Yeah,
that's
inline skate backwards. Oh yeah,
you're fancy. You're a fancy pants musician, aren't you? Here we go.
Sounded those drums though. You got.
I was just literally thinking the same thing, man. Go.
Just the tom fill there like that. It's super
16th notes, you
know. But the sound of the snare, it's. I think it's a 14, but it's super deep.
Yeah.
Nice and warm, probably maple.
Yeah. It sounds like it's a good tenor snare, so it's not too deep, and it doesn't have that super high poppy tinny sound. It's probably like a good 10-ply maple.
Mm-hmm.
Heavy snare, warm, yeah, very warm, very forgiving on a microphone.
Yeah, that type of music though, it's very it calls for that kind of super present tom fill, ding 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 ding, rather than there's no resonation.
Right, everything, but the drumming on this is super clean.
Yeah.
I mean, everything. The drummer is so clean, so precise. And I think a lot of people that have never played session work before would think like, oh, 16th note fills, that doesn't sound that difficult. But doing everything in time and at the right time is actually a little harder than most people think. It does take experience to be able to do that to a click track in the studio. You know, things that don't sound difficult are actually, if you never practice with a loop or a metronome or a click track, you'll be lost. You'll be taking 65 takes to get something that's pretty simple.
I think the way I usually record is just with the click, no scratch track, no nothing. It's just me and the click, and producers and fellow bandmates are used to it now. But when we work with producers and different engineers, it's just like, what? And that's what I need to do. That's what I need to do to get in the zone, because I spent a lot of time on the click track.
Is that the first thing that you only record to the click track, and drums is the first track out there, or do you have like scratch guitar?
No scratch, no nothing.
So you play everything from your memory, from your arrangement, yeah.
Well, obviously everything is, there's a lot of pre-production that go into things, so we know what the tempos are going to be.
Right.
We would hit the studio to do pre-production and then take it away and listen to, like, we're all in the same room or whatever, but when it comes, go time or whatever, I'm just in there with the click, no scratch, and that's just the way I like to do it. Without sounding cocky or anything, usually I'm trying to be one and done.
Yeah.
And then I'd give, if there's different fills and things like that, I'd give 2 or 3 different variations of the fills, because then when we get to laying vocals or something else, we don't want to be stepping on the. Yeah. Now that's just experience in the studio, but not some studios we've worked in when we have the drum set up for the whole project, and you can go in and hash it out if something doesn't work at the end of it. But mainly, I don't like that. I like to have it all comped and ready for the bass player.
I mean, a lot of times nowadays, especially, you don't have like steady drums. There's a few studios that have a drum room where they have drums set up all the time, but very rarely does that happen anymore. And when you go in, you're setting up your kit, miking everything, and then it's your turn for takes. And when you're done, your stuff comes down. Yeah. Unless you have like fixes to do later on, but that's a pain to have to come back in and set all your gear back up.
You're never going to get the same sound either.
No.
You know, there's the slight variation of mic placement or room, or even depending on what you have in the
Temperature,
room.
even.
Yeah, it's all completely relevant. So I like to usually I do one nice and solid, and then the other one I get a little bit looser.
Yeah.
And then, you know, but I'm looking to be one and done. And then if they need to do replace fills or anything like that, it'll be I'll give them 4 or 5 different varieties of each fill.
In the studio, in my experience, like I've only played just me to a loop once before, where I played the whole song through. But that was like a rare occasion where timing, you know, I was able to be there at this time and nobody else was. But for the most part, they usually have like a scratch, either whatever lead instrument is, keys or guitar. And they'll have, you know, the scratch bass down or something, and then a loop along with it. And
I
then
feel like what you're recording is a lot more technically, how would you say, a lot more technical than what I'm playing. So
as far as musically,
yeah. So it requires a lot more. I feel attention to the hits and strikes and catches when you're dealing with multiple people. Whereas the band On Off that I'm in, we're so used to how each other play. We're a 3-piece rock band. I mean, it's fairly plain and simple. Now, it's not plain and simple, but you know what we expect from one another.
But you already have the arrangement nailed down before you go in the studio,
of course,
because obviously time is money, and people that go in unprepared end up spending thousands of dollars that they wouldn't have to spend just to be frustrated. But going in and playing I would say the way that you're doing it really only works if you have an arrangement nailed down, and you know you have time to prepare.
We're not going into the studio and writing. Now we do allow for things to happen, the studio magic as they call it. You know, something that, you know, you would have never thought things like that happen, and then you go, oh, let's do that again. That was a mistake, but let's put some time into that, and then you know, record it. But excuse me, for the most part, we're just going in and
and you guys have worked together for so long, it's pretty easy to feel out where you guys are going to go. If somebody comes up with, oh, hey, let's play around with that, it's not like a going in blind, like none of you have ever played together and you're like, okay, well, let's hash this out. You know how each other think. It's like my buddy Mike, shout out Mike Thomas. He's a bass player I grew up with, probably one of my best friends in the world. But he and I played together for so many people and in so many situations, so many live shows from tiny little places like Iguanas, Cafecito, which I was the house drummer for there. That place was amazing. But we've played for gospel, jazz, Latin, everybody, and Mike and I know how each other think. And so like moving in patterns and shifting and trying to make something new, like we can kind of do that on the fly. So I can understand how you guys would be able to do that on the fly. But yeah, bands like this, I would imagine they do things very similarly to the way you do them. Everything is already mapped out. Drum fills are pretty much mapped out. At least, you know, you have X amount of beats to make this happen within, you know, 1 measure, 2 measures, 1.5, whatever.
Yeah, I think with the drum fills especially, there's a lot like that drum fill that we stopped to talk about. There's nothing else going on there. There's no vocals. There's no that is bringing it dynamically back into the driving beat, and that's something that you expect. It needs something there to create that link from being down here to being up there.
It's purposeful. It's a very purposeful way of playing. It's also playing, like I say all the time, it's playing the drums like a musician and not like a drummer.
Yeah.
Your job isn't only just to keep time and play something that fits in here. Your job is to make the song better.
Yeah, let's go.
Yep.
We're expecting a halftime drop here. Has to be.
Oh, nice.
Quarter time.
Yeah, I love it, man.
Wow.
I love it. So like the thing, my mentor like put a lot of sayings in my head. Less is more. Just keep time. Keep it simple. But also, what was really impressed in my head was in an arrangement of a song. Your intro and your outro are like two of the most important things you can ever, the intro and the outro are the two most important parts of a song. You can have a great middle to this song. You can have all the great lyrics, great patterns, great melodic structures and chord structures and arrangement, whatever. But if your intro sucks, if it lacks energy, or if your outro is blah, nobody will remember how great the middle of the song was. People remember intros.
Yeah.
Like some of the best songs, like the intro is the best part, and it clicks that thought in your head, like, oh, here we go. That's how I felt about this song. I loved that intro, man. That was really good. And then
I have to say that obviously I said was expecting the halftime, but that everything else was doing halftime, and the drums were just going back to the intro, pat, 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 and then it went to quarter.
Yeah, yeah. He just, and as like people that are not actually musicians or that may just dabble in music will listen to that and think, oh, that sounds awesome, but not really be able to explain why. And that's what a really good drummer does, man. A really good bass player, really good, really any good musician makes that song. Sing. That part of the song could have just been like the very first time they did that halftime.
Did the halftime.
Yeah, but the drummer mixed it up,
yeah,
in two different fashions.
Yeah. No, pleasantly surprised. Like I said, when we get done in here today, I think I'm gonna be spinning Shinedown just to give him a spin.
Dude, I'm so into this new song. If this is a taste of what a new album is gonna sound like, was this released as a single? We didn't even ask producer Nate, but yeah, man, that was a lot of fun. Great song.
Yeah, great choice, Nate. Thanks
for
that.
Choice.
I'm very, very pleasantly surprised at that. Yeah, all round, they were all exceptional musicians there. I feel like everybody played their part, and there was nobody overplaying. Even with the drums there, everything had its spot. And
well, even though he was changing, it released as a single. Nice. Well, man, if this is a taste of what's to come, like with their writing style, I love this, man. I'm really looking forward to what comes out next. But yeah, everybody, that's the great thing about Shinedown is that everybody's playing their part, nobody's overplaying it, and they can take something that may sound, fairly simple and play it in a fairly complex way, or vice versa. Take something complex and play in a simple way.
I'll be open and honest. I think I'm going to steal that idea.
Yeah,
the halftime,
the quarter time.
That was very tasteful. Yeah.
That was very cool. I loved how he came in with the cut time. Batu, 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 and then he's like, yeah, that was a lot of fun. If you can watch that and not bang your head, you're not a rock fan.
No.
Yeah, man. Well, that's another reaction here for the Bear and Rooster show. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please, in the comments, put something in there, a song that you want to hear, a song you want us to break down. But like, subscribe, all the good stuff. Check us out again next week.
Peace for now.